What's down with everybody? It's your boy Mookie Jones for Rated R Sports Debates, ladies and young boys and girls across the world. Before we get into the episode, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell for the notification. We got a great episode for y'all today. Make sure you stay tuned, right? As y'all know, man, the media day was yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, right? And that's when the players come in and talk about this upcoming season. They reflect on last season, up in the news about the NBA and the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard, right? Kawhi Leonard is not a type of guy where he will, he's that out there in the social media. You know what I'm saying? People want to hear what Kawhi Leonard, we haven't heard from Kawhi Leonard since, I would say, game 2 in the playoffs after the Phoenix in the post game. So we want to hear what Kawhi Leonard had to say about, his meniscus and how he's been doing and stuff like that. And, Kawhi Leonard basically blasted the new NBA policy, ladies and gentlemen, right? As you know about the new NBA policy, they say that if you were like a top 15 star, you can't be resting on days. You would get fined if you rest 2 of your stars on games as well. And, this was basically just aimed towards to stop load management. And the guy that been the poster child of load management, which is crazy, is Kawhi Leonard. Even though we have seen other stars in the league have been load management, and Kawhi has played more games than most of these stars in the league. But the poster child of load management is Kawhi Leonard, right? And Kawhi Leonard, one reporter asked Kawhi Leonard about the new policy of the NBA, and this is what Kawhi Leonard had to say. Y'all take a listen.
New that happens, you're either going to get hurt or you're just going to be lucky enough to, play games throughout the playoffs or the whole regular season. So, with that being said, if you're not injured, people play basketball. So, nobody isn't just trying to get to a certain amount of games or, at least me. I'm not trying to get to a certain amount of games. I'm trying to play the games that I could play. And if I'm hurt, I can't play basketball. So, the last 2 years been unfortunately for me. I got hurt, tore my ACL. Then at the end of the year, tore my meniscus. And I just basketball. I'm a two-way player. Play hard, so the injuries are going to come up. I'm not out there just walking around. I play both ends of the floor. I see the best players on both ends every night. Either I'm guarding the best player or the best player is guarding me. So whatever happens with that happens. Yeah, if injury comes, that's what happens. I'm in NBA.
Thank you. Beth? Kawhi, in regards to the league policy, I think the gist of it is that they want their top 50 stars out on the floor every night if possible. And given that, I'm just wondering if you feel an obligation to play every game.
No. I'm not a guy that's sitting down because I'm doing a load management. When I was with the Raptors, it was different. Like, I was coming from an injury, and you have to know the details of a doctor. But if the league is seeing or trying to mock what I did with the Raptors, then they should stop because I was injured during that whole year. But other than that, if I'm able to play, I'll play basketball. I work out every day in the summertime to play the game, not to sit and watch people play. No. So no league policy is helping me to play more games.
Man, Kawhi Leonard is cooking these casuals, man. This is what I've been basically sitting there saying throughout the whole time of people just mocking Kawhi Leonard's injuries and basically sitting there saying he's purposely load managed and stuff like that. I think you do Kawhi Leonard a disservice on basically sitting there saying that, basically sitting there saying that he doesn't like the game of basketball. I think that's the one thing you cannot take away from a guy that's been playing basketball since he was like 15, 16 years old. To sit there and say he just doesn't like the game of basketball and he just do this because it's just a job. I think when you look at an NBA player, especially particularly Kawhi Leonard, who's been literally just working his body off and just literally just been working out to get to a point where he could play potentially 70, 80 games in a season, and then his body breakdowns, I think from a fan base standpoint, that frustrates you. But you got to understand that these players are not robots. These players are not, aliens. These players are not just super athletes where they can literally just play 83 games throughout the whole season and not potentially get hurt, right? These guys go run 100 miles per hour. These guys face so many contact, right? Injuries are prone to happen. And I'm not this type of guy where I was just sit there and, blame a player for getting injured, right? And I just think that Kawhi faced like terrible criticism because he unfortunately got hurt, tore his ACL and then tore his meniscus, and we had fanboys and fans sit there crucifying Kawhi Leonard injuries, which is just crazy, right? Well, Kawhi sat there and said that he has to guard the best players, and then the best players have to guard him, and then he had to score damn near 35 and 36 points each given night. I don't think y'all understand how hard that is, right? I play sports, right? Never played sports to the level of Kawhi Leonard, but I play sports, bro, right? I play even more of a physical sport, and that's football. You don't understand how it is to literally practice every single day, exhausting practice every single day from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for literally 3 to 4 hours a day, practicing, getting hit, hitting someone else, right? Running, right? And then have to go and play a game, a physical game on a Friday or a Saturday. Y'all don't understand how hard that is because y'all never played sports. You never played a physical sport, you know what I'm saying? And I just hate when people crucify Kawhi Leonard, right? When he's playing a sport on a high level that requires him to be almost 100% healthy. Listen, Nick and bruises is there, but it requires him to be like 70, 80, 90% healthy to get out his all-out effort on the court. The man's being guarded by the best defenders. The man has to guard the best players, right? And people still crucify this man for getting injured, which is crazy. Real talk. To sit there and say that Kawhi Leonard just don't want to play back-to-backs when the doctors and everything have held him back for playing back-to-backs, that's something that has to be brought to the attention. Real talk. And then when Kawhi Leonard mentioned Toronto, like, bro, Kawhi came off a significant leg injury. So he was not going to play back-to-backs like that because what the doctors are trying to do is reduce him for not getting hurt and have him available during the playoffs. So it's been a whole stigma. It's been a whole, like when you mention a load management policy, the first thing comes up is Kawhi Leonard. I just don't know why. Because this new policy is basically, listen, I understand it's trying to stop people for just purposely load managing and stuff like that. But when a player's hurt, the player's hurt. If you can't play back-to-backs because he's hurt and stuff like that, then he's hurt, bruh. So what the NBA is basically trying to do is like, hey, we want all these players to play back-to-backs. We want all these players not to load management, right? And then when these players get hurt in the regular season and the playoffs be so fucking mid because the star players are fucking hurt and the ratings go down, who the fuck the NBA gonna blame? Right? I think when talking about the Clippers standpoint, I think the Clippers, to me, health is a major, major concern, is a major, major factor. I don't care who we get. I don't care who we release. I don't care how good they play or how good they play together when they play. But health is a major, major factor if the Clippers want to reach their potential. And I'll say over the last 3 to 4 years, the only time the Clippers had a chance to compete for one championship when they're healthy was in the AAU tournament, Disney Channel bubble, right? And we already know how that went, right? So, I think it's pressure for Kawhi. I think it's pressure for the Clippers. But like I said, health is a major, major concern, a major factor in what this team is going to do going forward. There's teams in the West that's have super teams. There's teams in the West that are better. There's teams out East that are better, and they got super teams as well. But the one thing that the Clippers can do is that I believe they can beat any team on any given night. I think they can beat any team in any given series if they're healthy. So, yeah, shout out to Kawhi Leonard for coming in, exposing the facts, and like these fan bases, these people that never played the sport, the people that never ever play any physical sport, are giving an opinion on a player that plays the sport at a high level, right? And he somehow get injured, and you somehow tax him for getting injured. It's just the wrong way on how to assess basketball players, bro. And it's always them nerds that sit on it. It's just always them nerds that never play, that think that their word is more determined on what the players feel or they think, man. It's just crazy. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. It's your boy Mookie Jones. I'm out. Gang.